Yeah, this video comes in 3 parts. Part 1 is school, Part 2 is band, Part 3 is mental exhaustion. I hope you enjoy. In the span of time I was gone, I had 2 papers to write, 5 exams to take, and a bunch of last-minute semester homework that all the teachers assigned to us. Exams consisted of me stressing for 5 straight days about keeping my grades where I wanted them. One thing I do love about exams is that it consists, well, for me, it consisted of 5 exams because my band doesn't do exams. So let's say 6. So it is 6 exams and it is spread out over 3 days, 2 exams each day. And the nice thing about it is, first exam starts at 8, second exam starts at 10. So once you're done at noon, you just get to go home and study for your next exam or take a nap or do X amount of things that you want to do with your time. And I always find that very helpful. And I've also had my last Spanish class ever, which I can now conjugate verbs in the past tense, and I know how to pronounce most 3rd grade level Spanish words. Also within that time, I was preparing for 3 band concerts. Concert band, where I'm lead alto saxophone, Jazz 1, where I play bari saxophone, and Jazz 2, where I play trombone. First was concert band. I wasn't nervous for this one because I was pretty prepared, and we've played this music since November. Myself, I was prepared. I knew my parts, I knew what I was doing. As the band and choir as a whole, though, not really. We didn't know together how this was gonna work and how this was all gonna go down. One song we played was Africa by Toto, and if you know that song, you know that there are a lot of repeats and that type of stuff in it. At the last minute, like a week before the concert, last minute, our band director wanted us to repeat these 4 measures 5 times throughout the song, so it's like authentic, properly like the song. And I cannot tell you one thing that is more difficult than remembering what number repeat you are on. Terrible, it's so hard to remember. I started crying when the chorus was singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" because it was our last concert of the year, and it was all of the seniors' last high school band concert, and I'm gonna miss a bunch of them. And it's just the feeling you get up there. If you're in band, you know what I'm talking about, or just like any performing thing. You have this like rush of like, you feel the love in the air, and you feel that everyone is there for the exact same reason you are, to put on a great show and because they love doing what they're doing. And I can't, it's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. I was also making the joke when we were preparing for this concert that I was just going to chuck my saxophone against the wall and I wouldn't have to play, because there is nothing more that I hate, and I think a lot of band people relate to this, than practicing music. Then there was jazz band competition. Jazz 1 are the advanced jazz people, and people that have been playing their instruments for 4, 5, 6 years, that type of thing. And Jazz 2 are the people that it's like their first year in jazz, they're picking up new instruments. And my band program is blessed enough that almost the entire Jazz 2 are people learning new instruments with instruments that belong to the school. I picked up the trombone this year. Granted, I still cannot read bass clef music, but thank goodness I'm allowed to write in the positions of each note. And it's such a different experience going from a woodwind instrument, because my first instrument was alto saxophone. Going from a woodwind instrument to a brass instrument, there's such a transition you have to make, because with woodwind, your mouth's pretty much in the same spot the whole entire time. With brass instruments, that's how you make all the different notes, is you move your mouth, and that took me a while to get used to. Both of the jazz bands went to festival this year, and festival is where they kind of just grade us on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, and giving us tips and pointers. Jazz 2 got a 2, which is very good for a beginner group who have been playing their instruments for a year. And Jazz 1 got a star 1, and a star 1 means that the judges think that they are good enough to go to state festival. Even though I messed up the end 2 measures, in the last part where Barry plays by itself. And I messed it up. I screwed it up. The percussion screwed it up. And we lost our tempo earlier in the song, and we got lost, and it was a train wreck. We were all very surprised that they thought we were good enough to go to state. And when we went down to band festival, we also stayed overnight. So I roomed with my friend Emily and Marissa, and we had a lot of fun playing board games and staying up talking and screaming to music and getting ding-dong ditched multiple times throughout the night. Wow, it was fun. It was great. I always look forward to band festival every year. Did I mention we got a party bus? Our band director loves us that much that he got us a party bus to go down there, and it was good. It was so fun. We ended up getting a 2 at state, and it's very hard to get a 1 at state because that means you're top notch. You can't improve on anything for that. But I was very happy with the 2. We were all very happy with a 2, I would say, because we did not mess up the Barry part of the last part of the song Chameleon, or Shamalion, that everyone in the band calls it. And percussion didn't mess up, and we all sounded good. And I think we did very, very well. Yeah, our lead alto was kind of happy crying, and it was nuts, and it was a very weird emotion, but I felt exactly the same way. I just didn't show it on the outside. And I was whacking my dad with my music binder because I didn't mess up the ending, and I was very happy about that. And again, I got the feeling of like performing, and it's such a cool feeling, and it's like everybody's there for the same reason. And you know everybody wants to be in this class because jazz band meets before school, like an hour before school. So I go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning every single day to be in these 2 jazz groups, and you know that people want to be there if they wake up early. I even wasn't a whole lot more social these past few weeks than I usually was, but it greatly felt like it. For both festival and state, I was just impacted with friends. It was just my friend group that I hung out with for those 3 days. And I wasn't prominently with my family. I saw them after performances and stuff, but I wasn't prominently with them. And I also hit 300 volunteer hours within these few weeks. End of March, beginning of April is always kind of a weird time for me and where I live, because it's the last of the snow melting away, but sometimes we still have a lot of snow, but sometimes we have no snow, and sometimes it's just wet. And I get cabin fever because it's just like I want to get outside, and it's just like sluggish, and it's just like what do I do now? I've been stuck inside for 4 months, and I want to go outside. I just want to go outside and do things and be warm again. Real school also ends in that time, and the school year for me is like stress, 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 stress. Go back down after exams, and then back up again, stress, and then dramatic decrease and flat lines, because I don't have real homework anymore. I don't have any of that. I have a bunch of project classes I then go into, and those are very, very not stressful. Very not stressful. I also needed to chill after those exams because it's just like, happens and it's gone. I needed to breathe because I've been stressed all year, and it's just stressful. Thanks for watching episode 1 of Karen Was Gone. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed. I am currently making a short film for one of my short film classes, so that will be up here soon. Thanks for tolerating me in my absence. See you later.